issue. Ambassador John Bolton is here, former U.S. National Security Advisor under President Trump. Mr. Ambassador, I understand our audience would expect us to talk about the upcoming possible criminal case that you would be involved in. You can't talk about it. I'm not going to ask any questions. We'll press on. Hamas today said that they are not going to disarm. And I think you and I would probably be in agreement that that proves the point that peace with the Palestinians as they are known today is impossible.
Well, I think this question of demilitarization of Hamas is the next key step, if there is going to be a next key step in really bringing peace to Gaza. Nobody can dispute the importance of bringing the Israeli hostages back, although Hamas has already failed to comply with the provisions for the remains of hostages who were already deceased. That may or may not be within their power. It probably is, and I think they are in violation. But the next step is this question of disarming the Hamas fighters and giving Israeli defense forces full access to the tunnel system, the fort that Hamas built under Gaza so it can be destroyed. If you don't get past that, the rest of the peace plan simply doesn't happen. And, you know, so we're 24 hours in, but it looks like that's what's beginning to happen.
Well, and one could make the inference that if Hamas is now executing dozens of Palestinians in the streets to consolidate their hold on Gaza, that is not a group that wishes to disarm and renounce terror and make peace and everything else. That seems fairly obvious to me. President Trump was asked about disarming Hamas today. Take a listen.
How long will it take Hamas to disarm, and can you guarantee that is going to happen?
Well, they're going to disarm, and because they said they were going to disarm. And if they don't disarm, we will disarm them.
How the United States would disarm Hamas may be a different question, but I think this sort of explains a paradigm. What we've seen in the past 24, 48, 72 hours, whatever you want to call it, I've said has been a shift in the Middle East since 1979. American policy, up until recent, put the Israeli-Palestinian conflict at the center of all problems in the Middle East. President Trump said, no, I'm going to put Iran at the center of all problems in the Middle East and work from there, which he has. I don't want to say it doesn't matter whether Hamas disarms or not, but in the grand scheme of Trump's plans for the Middle East, I think that is less important.
Well, I think anybody who's watched what's going on in the Middle East for the past 20 years or so would tell you that Iran was the central problem to peace and security. As long as the Ayatollahs remain in power in Tehran, there will never be peace and security in the Middle East. When they go, as they will, then the chances are much greater. And I think this ties in directly to an understanding of what happened on October the 7th, 2023, and what's been going on since then. It was not simply the beginning of a war in Gaza caused by Hamas. It was the Iranian Ring of Fire strategy to envelop Israel and ultimately destroy it. Gaza was one front in that war. And because of Israeli and to a certain extent American actions, the calculus of power in the Middle East has been changed radically. But it won't be changed permanently until Israel accomplishes the objective it legitimately set out right after the October 7 attack, which is to eliminate Hamas as a political and military force. Israel has done enormous damage to Hamas. They're justified in doing it, but they have not completed the mission they set out to do. And I think the Netanyahu government fully understands that.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.